Hi ladies, I'm really pleased you can join me today.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon Denise. That's great. So what I want to do today is we're going to be doing our podcast, and I just wanted to give everybody a little bit of a taster of what they can expect going forward and what they can expect on the podcast, which we're going to launch on Monday. So today we're going to talk about the Rotary Work Club in Bromley, aren't we? And you've done a phase 1, but I think we're going to talk a little bit more about phase 2. So Christine, how did you get involved in the Rotary and get involved in this phase 2 of the Rotary Work Club?
Okay, well, my original involvement with Rotary was several years ago, about 12 years ago, when I was coming probably to the end of my career of travelling all around the world, and realised that I needed something to keep my intention and keep me here and involved in something. And a friend of mine who was also in the travel industry actually said, Christine, why don't you join Rotary? So I took a look on the website and discovered their main charity was actually the eradication of polio. And so that really attracted me because my mother actually had polio when I was 4 years old. So I did join, and I discovered it's a lot more actually. Polio is the main focus for Rotary at the moment, having promised that we would rid the world of it 35 years ago. But there's so much more to it as well. We help all sorts of people. We raise money for all sorts of charities. And the work club came about because I'm actually responsible for 8 clubs in the Bromley area. And having a meeting of the presidents, they actually, one of them that had been around quite a while, said to me in the 80s, when there was a big turn down in business, and people were losing their jobs, we started a Rotary Work Club. We hired a hall, everybody was able to come along, we had meetings with them, and it grew so well that in the end they almost ran it themselves. He said, but I don't think we can do this at the moment, Christine, because nobody can get together, nobody can meet face to face. Anyway, for quite a while, I had been attending courtesy of Chandra, who I think we all know.
We love Chandra, absolutely.
We love Chandra, yeah, absolutely. Everybody loves Chandra. He'd been inviting me along to the networking for small businesses, the Federation of Small Businesses. And I just happened at one of these meetings, I just thought I'll mention it. And so I mentioned it, and quite surprisingly, in the chat came all the offers of help. So people were wanting to give back and help us. And it went from there. I just contacted those people. We had a meeting with the Rotarians and we got together a club. And I'm delighted to say that Denise is one of the professionals that's helping us, but we do have several others as well. So that's how it got
so delighted. I'm so delighted. Sorry to cut across you there, but I've been to many Rotary. I mean, before I became mayor, as well as being mayor, where I've been able to get out and socialise. I've also done some Zoom meetings with the Rotaries, and it's just a fabulous organisation, so full of really passionate people that want to give back. And to hear that you started this work club and you had your first phase, and now they're going into your second phase. I was really interested to hear about it because it's so important that we help people that are unemployed or those that look as if they could be losing their jobs. And I think that's where you come into it, Denise, don't you? In your profession, that's your side of things that you can help people with.
Indeed, and I was really delighted to meet Christine for the first time at that networking event. And when she put the call out for volunteers to help with getting the initiative started, I thought, well, any little thing that I could do to help, I would be happy to do that. My background is in learning and development, and I have supported people through redundancy. I have been made redundant myself. Yeah, so I know the challenges that people can face, either personal or professional challenges, and the emotions that go with that. So, you know, in any way that I could support the project, I was happy to do that. We started off with the first sessions, and now here we are with the second phase.
And so you also worked with job centres as well, didn't you, in the past? So you've got all of that vast experience to be able to help people. And I think the programme is also helping people write their CVs or make the CVs a wow CV or whatever the phrase might be. Is that how you work?
It is indeed. Yes, we have a number of workshops. The first ones started off with mindset and, enabling people to kind of just take a step back and think about where they are in the moment of change. And then, yes, the elements relating to the practical bits about CV, and the workshop was called Writing a Killer CV. That was delivered by one of our colleagues, Pat, who's a Rotarian as well and a careers advisor. And then we had some other sessions relating to job search, which I led, and that goes into the details as to the myriad of ways in which the individual can be more proactive in their job search.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah, a wide range of support initiatives there.
So I'm so pleased to do this little taster today, because obviously we're going to do the full podcast, which we're going to launch on Monday. But this gives people an idea of what we're going to be talking about. And we'll get to know a little bit about both of you as well, which is always interesting for people, and a little bit more about the Rotary clubs. So thank you very much for joining me today, ladies. And we'll carry on the podcast, so people need to tune in. Thank you very much.